Everything he does. The Boring Company, SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, Twitter, to give freedom of speech.
As a man, you're born with zero value. Most people wake up, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, sleep, repeat, and just expect that somehow, magically, their life will change and they will somehow achieve their goals.
Yeah, if anybody can be anything, why would you just be nothing?
No one has ever become of high value or achieved massive amounts of success by accident. Patience, discipline, and gratitude. Imagine waking up tomorrow with only what you thanked God for today.
If you are the smartest man in the room, find a new room.
All right, and on that note,
thanks for coming, smartest man.
hello and welcome to the
Gidis Show.
Where we aim to provide you with lots of knowledge and value in our own special way.
Yes.
My name is Anthony Gidis. I'm your host, and joined with me is my older cousin and co-host,
Kiz Gidis, Wagwan people.
And today's episode is slightly different. We're going to discuss a few topics, some current affairs.
I'm gassed to tell you about one of them at least. Yeah, anyway, what are you saying? How's your week?
Oh, mate, let me think. This week.
What happened this week?
What happened this week?
I don't know, you tell me.
It's a weird week. What day is it?
This is...
Oh, it's Sunday.
Today, yeah.
Went gym, done all my work.
Yeah.
Done all my extra work.
Yeah.
But yeah, standard week in the life. What about you?
Yeah, sick. No, touch wood. Obviously, I'm very grateful for the week I've had. I had a few problems, but we take it. You know, it's part of business. If life was all wins, then we wouldn't actually appreciate them.
There's no joy without pain.
There's no sunshine without rain. Come on, let's start another rap right now. Oi, by the way, your rap, do you know that it popped? Everyone was telling me, your little cousin. Everyone was telling me that popped.
Yeah,
we should do one together.
Should we?
Yeah, we do. We should.
All right.
Yeah.
When do you want to start giving lessons?
Tuesday evening.
All right, cool.
Sick.
Let's do it.
All right.
Anyway, let's get into what I know you're desperate to talk about.
No, don't.
Because you fancy him.
I don't fancy him.
Take it. Go for
I don't fancy him, guys, but he's just like...
He fancies him.
The genius. He's in my opinion, he is one of the modern day geniuses. He is outstanding. He is phenomenal. He is either a superhero or a super villain. I mean, he has the assets and reach and everything he needs to be either. So he can be Tony Stark from Iron Man. He is the closest thing to the real Iron Man that we have. And he can also be, what's the guy's name in was it Superman, the bad guy?
Oh, you were asking the wrong person.
Lex Luthor, that's the one. He can be either or, and I'm sure without me saying the name, you all know I'm talking about Mr. Elon Musk, who will be sat here one day. I promise you guys, we are going to get an interview with Elon Musk. I'm speaking that into existence almost every episode, but it will happen, I'm telling you.
I agree with what you said. I also think he's a genius, a superhuman. Whether he's a villain or a hero, I don't know, but he's definitely super. But I don't know. I feel like you just love him so much.
Because I'm educated, my man. I
right.
think
educate me and educate the people.
I will. Anybody that doesn't love Mr. Musk is ignorant to, not ignorant just per se. You're not just an ignorant person, but you're ignorant to what my man is up to, right?
You can acknowledge and respect them. But the way you love him...
Yeah, but because you don't know Wagwan. Right, do you know what he's done with Starlink?
Tell me.
Do you know what he's done with...
Tell me.
All right. Where do I start? All right, let's start. Let's just talk about SpaceX this week, because I'm going to give you everything when he's here. We'll talk about the Tesla robot, Optimus, Neuralink, the Boring Company, Hyperloop.
Question, is it called the Boring Company?
The Boring Company. Because it's a play on words. Why is it called the Boring Company? Ask me.
I did ask you.
Ask me again. So it is called the Boring Company because literally they are boring tunnels. When you dig out a space, it's called boring, B-O-R-E. But when it's verb, it's boring. You remove the E and it's spelled the same as boring, as in not interesting.
Free English lesson here.
Yeah, and it's just a plain word because boring implies not interesting, but actually what he's doing with the Boring Company is he's boring tunnels in America that can save you 47 minutes of traffic. You can go across Las Vegas in 12 minutes sat in a Tesla underground, no traffic. You just get in, you come out the other end, and everybody who's not got a Tesla is waiting in traffic. So, and he's got a flamethrower and he's got a tequila bottle. Of course, I've bought almost every single item I can buy. I paid £49 for a Cybertruck whistle.
You got a little poster of him in your room?
Are we allowed to swear?
No.
Well, fudge you then, innit? I don't have a little poster of him in my room, no.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't. The only pictures I've got in my room is one of Jesus Christ and one of my hero, St. George. Happy St. George's Day today. It's the 23rd of April, St. George's Day. St. George, the patron saint of England. Did you know that?
Yes.
Turkish Cypriot, but he's the patron saint of this country.
Yeah, well, England just love to steal everything from every other nation, innit?
And then be racist about it.
Yeah,
Like, imagine that. Today I had it in, I met some boys earlier, and they're like, oh yeah, St. George's Day, and they just want to drink beer. And then I said to them, oh yeah, come on, here's a toast for the Turk Cypriot. They're like, what? Where is he? I was like, oh, never mind, never mind. Drink your beers, lads. Back to Mr. Musk. This week, he made history again. Say again with me. He made history again.
Only because I know
we're doing our own sound effects. We don't need the sound
yeah.
effects. No, he made history again because he built the largest vehicle in the whole wide world. The rocket is still classified as a vehicle, right? And the rocket itself is called Starship. Starship is sat on top of a booster. Together, connected, they are called Super Heavy. Okay, it's the largest, literally the largest vehicle in the whole wide world. The fact that it managed to lift off was history right there and then. The fact that it managed to fly for 4 minutes was history there and then. I don't know if you know about Mr. Musk, but he likes the numbers 420.
I'm very aware.
All right, I think, and ever since the Joe Rogan episode where he puffed the 420 joint, he's just been banging on that. He also loves the number 69 because he's very childish and funny. And this is what I'm saying. He's the world's richest man. But when he comes on his show, you're going to see he's very down to earth. He's a normal human being. Like he doesn't carry that. Oh, I'm super important and this and he's down to earth.
That's because he actually is super important.
Yeah, but he's got humor and he's got like 420 and 69 and Dogecoin. You know, he's doing a crazy thing, and he said he's gonna. If you go on the Tesla website, you can buy the merchandise with Dogecoin just for fun. Today, I updated my Tesla app on my phone, and the thing was version 4.20.69. Again, just a laugh. However, let's go back to the important thing. Super Heavy flew on the 20th of April, 420, because in America they have the month first. 420. And guess how long the flight lasted? 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
No way,
bruv! You can't make this stuff up. And here's the thing:
joke, man.
Like you can't make this stuff up. And I'm thinking, is this the law of attraction? Is this just the universe? Because it was meant to launch 2 days before, and then the weather didn't permit them, so they had to cancel the launch and do it 2 days after.
Oh, really?
So just by luck, it launched on 420, and just as it happens, they blew the rocket up. Did you know they blew their own rocket up?
No.
The media won't tell you this. So the rocket blew up after 4 minutes and 20 seconds of flight. The fact that it surpassed the launch station was record number one. The fact that it managed to reach 39 kilometers is record number two. And then what he was, because Mr. Musk is all about, anything he tackles it in first principles basis. So basically first principle basis is like what needs to happen, and then let's work backwards with the least amount of steps. This is something we were talking about, timeboxing, which we'll get into in a minute. Ordinarily, he was going to have the Starship have boosters to accelerate it away from the booster. The booster can come back. Oh, the rockets are reusable. Another record. The rockets only cost eventually they're only going to cost like $20 million, which is a lot of money. But the word only is justified because NASA spends $30 billion to build one rocket that they can't reuse.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's going to be able to build reusable rockets at 20 mil is like groundbreaking as well. But now he's just he said, right, we don't need to. Let's save weight. Let's save material. What we're going to do is when it's high enough, we're going to use the centrifugal forces to detach the two from each other. This one didn't, so he had a self-destruct button. $2.5 billion project, my man hit the self-destruct button with a smile on his face, because the data collected and the knowledge they gained is failure is a part of success. And Elon's one of Elon's mantras is fail fast. If you fail fast, you quickly realize what you need to do and fix it. But if you take everything very cautiously, any other rocket scientist, I don't think they would have a self-destruct button on a $2.5 billion project. But he just wants to fail fast, and he done it safely because it was above water. Nobody got hurt. Nobody done anything. So SpaceX. As soon as the shares for it is available, you know where I'm putting my money. That was a tiny bit of what made my week a little bit nicer. Records upon records upon records.
Well, that's what he does, mate. Everything he does, he's always breaking records. He's always making a change in an industry. Whenever he touches something, he absolutely kills it. And he's a definition of someone leaving a legacy. Which actually brings me to my point. People like Elon Musk, people like Andrew Tate and Dwayne Johnson, all these people who have achieved such a high echelons of life, these people, at the end of the day, are human.
Yeah.
And all humans are biologically equal. We're all humans. Which means that what sets us apart and what allows somebody to do something that somebody else hasn't done or deems impossible is just your mentality, right?
Yes, I mean, first and foremost, yes, because that's the only thing we can control is our mind. There is environmental factors, there is, social factors externally, but to start, you have to start in your mind before you start.
Well, I'm talking just generally.
Yeah.
We are all humans,
yes.
Which means if a human can do something,
yep.
then biologically,
yep.
another human can do it.
I think we said this in the first episode, but the record for 100 meters sprint wasn't broken for like 47 years. As soon as somebody in 1970 broke it under 12 seconds, it got broken 100 times in the space of 4 weeks. Because everyone thought, if Anthony can do it in 12 seconds, I can do it in 11.5.
Yeah.
Previously, nobody done it, so they didn't have the scope.
That's my point.
Yeah,
that's my
exactly.
point. So it's just a mind thing. It's a mind game.
And that's the proof.
And so I think Elon Musk literally sits at home and he thinks to himself, what do people deem impossible? And when he figures out something that
multi-planet species.
yeah, he makes it his life mission to make what people deem impossible possible. And the way he does it is like super admirable because he doesn't outsource the research part.
Yeah.
He says, okay, I wanna build a rocket. He does absolutely anything and everything he can to make sure that he has all the knowledge possible. He studies the living hell out of rockets.
Did I tell you how he got into building his own rockets?
No.
Okay, so he wanted to buy a rocket because he sold PayPal 300 million. His share was, because him and Kimball, his brother, was doing it. His share was like 160 mil. And so what am I going to do? He bought a McLaren for $1 million at the age of 23, one of like 17 in the world. He said he drove it twice just because he didn't have the time, but it was just something he wanted to tick off. Anyway, he thought, right, I want to buy a rocket. He got on a plane. He went to Russia, and they have loads of rockets from when they were trying to get to the moon, and they're just lying about. And he said to them, I want to buy one of your rockets. And they laughed at him. They said, go away, little boy. Take your money and go away. Go buy another toy.
Little did they know.
Little did they know that they were the reason that Elon jumped on that plane. You remember to ask him this when he comes. He jumped on the plane, started reading about how, he thought, how hard could it be? Why can't I just build my own rocket? And he realized that the Russians and NASA, they were spending so much money and they can't even reuse it. What good is it for a one-time use?
Yeah.
And hence a chief rocket scientist was born. He's the chief rocket scientist of SpaceX. He's hired bare people, but he is the chief rocket scientist.
Which proves my point. He must have proper to get to the chief
this
rocket
is why
scientist
I always
of
say to
SpaceX.
You, we have to read more books, bruv. Oh man, we have so much to talk about, Mr. Musk. Shall we move on? Because this can be a whole episode about, and these people are going to think I really do bum off him.
I mean, you do, but
I don't.
We will move on then.
I want to say one fun fact. Did you know? Because you said all humans share the same biology, right? Did you know that we share 78% of our DNA with a banana?
Do we?
Yeah. We share more DNA with a banana than we do with apes. Fun fact.
Is this a fact?
Yeah, fact.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
I mean,
You know
the-
what? I love this, and I think this is probably one of the best things about driving a cab is just you pick up bare random pieces of information.
yeah, but you got to make sure it's reliable.
no,
sources, not
this
just
is reliable.
not
This-
just some drunk guy
Oh my
saying, "Let's see how stupid this cab driver is."
Did you know we share 78%?
Are you gonna search up?
Yeah.
All right. Well, until you do that,
No. It's done. There you go. Gene sequencing reveals that we have more in common with bananas, chickens, and fruit flies than you may expect. Chimpanzees, 96%. And bananas, 68%. Did I say 78?
you didn't say anything right.
Okay.
You said that more than apes, which it wasn't,
Yep.
and you said 78%, and it's what?
68.
68.
Yep.
But it was close.
I stand corrected,
Okay.
but I mean, there's another source here. Bananas have 44.1% genetic makeup in common with humans. Humans share 50% with bananas. I don't know, but as a bear, it's bear. 40, 50, 60, 70% with bananas. This is mad.
Well, the point is, don't trust everything you hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see.
And it takes 10 seconds to do a fact check.
Yeah, and
See,
I can
back
just make a
to- back
website
to-
right now and just decide that there's 85%, and someone somewhere in the world is going to tell his friend that that bananas share 85% because I put it on the internet.
You can put it on the internet, but you can't put it on Twitter. Another thing that Mr. Musk has purchased,
That is
$44
true.
billion of his own money, to stop these things happening, to stop somebody like me going, we share 78%, it will automatically become a fact checker. This is incorrect.
Yeah.
So
It filters-
everything he does, the Boring Company is to help people get around and not waste their life and emissions sitting in traffic. SpaceX to make us multi-planet species. Tesla to make electric cars affordable, cheap, fun for everybody. Neuralink to give ability back to the disabled. And what was this one? Oh, Twitter to give freedom of speech, but correct speech.
and filter out misinformation.
There you go, man.
Yeah, he's just a
How
top
can I
G.
not love the man?
No, I don't blame you.
How can I not?
I don't blame you.
I hope he. Oh, mate, we'll see when he gets here.
Right. He's not sitting next to you
High value man.
when he gets here.
No, he's going to sit on my lap.
You're going to sit on his lap, mate.
If you
But-
let me.
Anyway, moving on, being a high value man.
Yeah.
So, as a man, you're born with zero value. And when you're born, you can level up by acquiring more knowledge and actually making an effort to build your skill set. You can build your value. You can become important, but you have to actually do something about it. The problem is, most people wake up, go to work, come home, watch Netflix, sleep, repeat, and just expect that somehow, magically, their life will change
Yeah.
and they will somehow achieve their goals. But no, it doesn't work like that. But you'll be surprised how many people will tell you, if you ask them what your life goals, what your ambitions, what do you want to do, they'll be like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Okay, so
What are you doing about it?
now tell me what you do on a day-to-day basis, and nothing.
Nothing to get to
Literally
where.
nothing. And it's literally our duty as men to be ambitious and hardworking. It's even written in the Bible thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Let me get up. In Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 9, and chapter 21, verse 5. A man works hard and is ambitious in all his pursuits. Okay? So this is like a known thing since the beginning of humanity. This is what our role is as a man.
Yeah.
So for you to be a lazy bum and not pursue your ambitions,
It's a sin to yourself first and foremost. You know, why if anybody can be anything, why would you just be nothing?
because here's the problem.
Tell me.
People don't believe that they can be anything. I mean, you look at the average Joe who's just working a little 9 to 5 or whatever. They probably look at other people, celebrities, footballers. They probably recognize, their brain recognizes them as almost different species.
Sure.
Like these are, but these are celebrities. But at the end of the day, these are humans and you're human. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%.
I think that's the biggest problem, because I think if somebody was convinced wholeheartedly that they can be of that level, of that value, then they would change what they do on a day-to-day.
Henry Ford said it back in the 50s before he changed the motor vehicle revolution. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't,
You're probably right.
correct. Yes. Yes. Whether you think you can, whether you think you can't, you're correct. So it all starts with what you think. If you think you can't do a podcast or become a doctor or learn a new skill, automatically you failed because you've told yourself, I can't do this. But like Anthony just said, the footballers that are playing football on a professional level, they just thought, right, I can do this. I'm semi-good with a bit of training and the right mindset. I'm going to do this, and I will do this.
Exactly, which brings me to my next point. Sorry. No one has ever become of high value or achieved massive amounts of success by accident.
Yes, sir.
This is not something that just accidentally happens. Oh, I've accidentally got a six-pack. I've accidentally become the best footballer in the world. I've accidentally built a rocket.
We've accidentally started one of the best podcasts in England at the moment. It doesn't happen by accident.
Why
right?
England?
Huh?
Why England?
I'm just being modest.
But the
Joe
point
Rogan,
is,
we're coming for you, my man. Shall we bring Joe on?
Yeah, we'll bring Joe on. The point is, you have to do something about it.
Yeah.
It's not by accident. The same way when you go to a gym or when you plan to get in shape, you have to train in a specific way. You have to eat in a specific way. You have to drink a specific amount of water. You have to do a specific amount of steps. All of this stuff, super specific. You're following a plan in order to get in shape.
Yes.
The same applies to any of your goals. You have to attack it with a very well thought out plan. It's not by accident. Go for it.
Specific is the word, by the way. I hear so many grown-ups say Pacific. Pacifically, can I Pacifically?
I didn't say Pacific.
No, you didn't, because you're educated.
I was gonna say, mate.
But that's it. Specifically, not Pacifically. Carry on.
But yeah, that's my point. So if you're sitting there and you think you want to do something, ask yourself, what do you actually do now to reach your goal?
And further to that, ask yourself, what am I doing to get to my goal? And then flip it. To get to my goal, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Use Elon Musk, the man who has proven time and time and time again that the first principles works. Start with your end goal and think, what is the shortest amount of steps I need to reach said goal?
Yeah.
If it's hit the gym, then it's eating healthy, doing this. If it's losing, whatever it might be, put your goal and then think, what is the least number of steps I can take to attain said goal?
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily least in terms of quantity.
Don't even go least, but just go
just
steps.
have it. Have it very specifically written down. And that brings us back to what we were saying about time boxing earlier. Stop answering the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That question really bugs me, because who cares where you see yourself in 5 years? Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to be in the same country. It's just not wise to plan in 5 years' time.
Say I would like to be XYZ in 5 years, and then write it down on a piece of paper and push it back.
That's it.
And then tell them.
Top down. Break it down. Where do you see yourself in a month from now?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a bit more specific, because you know your circumstances, you know where you are, you know what you can do, and that's the important thing. Stop being unrealistic. Don't set unachievable targets, because that's going to put you off. Set realistic, achievable targets, because when you hit them, that sense of accomplishment is going to fuel you and give you the motivation to keep going. But the point is, and you can tell them now, why do we have to break down our goals specifically, not just by month goals, not just by weekly, not just by daily?
My mind, bruv. I was just going to say.
I know you are.
I was just going to say, one thing that changed my life personally is writing lists and time boxing. So Mondays for me as an entrepreneur is a very busy day. I do a lot of admin. I do a lot of running around. And a few years back, I would just know I need to do a few things and then just think, right, go with it. Now I write down a list of every single separate task I need to do. And it can be as simple as wash car. If I need to wash the car, I'll have to write that down. And then beside it is something called Timeboxing, which I got from Mr. Musk. And you can download, you can just Google Timebox sheet. And there's plenty of templates there. Write down, right, I'm waking up at 8 a.m. I'm going to shower until 8:30. I'm going to drink my coffee until 9 o'clock. From 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I have said meeting. From 11 to 11:20, I'm going to wash the car. And writing the list and writing the time boxing doesn't give me that much satisfaction. The satisfaction comes from ticking them off. Wake up at 8, bang. Have a shower 8:30, bang. Leave the house by 8:40, bang. Wash the car by 10 o'clock, bang. Do the meeting by 12, bang. Go to the bank by 1, bang. And then at the end of the day, I've got a little list, whether it's on my phone or me personally, I like to write it down pen and paper and just tick it off. Yeah. And I've got 10, 11 ticks and I'm like, okay, this is like, I feel much accomplished.
That's what I was saying about these little ticks.
Yeah.
That little dopamine you get from it, that's like, okay, that was nice.
Keeps you going.
What else can I tick off?
Yes.
But the reason why time boxing specifically to the hour, even when you're time wasting technically, if you love watching TV, then
Write
set
it
a
down.
time. Set
Yeah.
a time from 6 to 7. I'm watching TV, but
That's
at
fine.
least you're gonna tick it off.
Yes.
After you finish, that ticking off is important. But the reason why you can't just set a list, because I know everyone does this. Everyone who tries to be productive is like got a little whiteboard in their room and they have a to-do list and they write all the tasks they need to do the following day. But only having the tasks written is not specific enough, because you're going to tell yourself that you have the whole day to complete it. You're going to wake up and say, I've got thing 1, thing 2, thing 3 that I have to get done today. When you wake up, you're going to say, okay, I need to get thing 1, thing 2, thing 3 today. Let me just go on TikTok quickly. Let me go on social
Oh my
media.
God.
I've got the whole day to
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
That's the problem. You're
If
going to
you
tell
ever
yourself
have things to do, do not open TikTok. Do you know how many hours I've lost of my life because I accidentally had to reply to one of my comments on one of my viral videos? Yeah, I'm plugging myself and what? All right, and then like 3 hours later, I'm like, I'm still on TikTok. What the?
Yeah. And furthermore, don't go on your phone as soon as you wake up.
Yes.
That is a big mistake. It
Yes.
it literally makes your whole day just feel, mate, it does something to your brain. I'm not talking about time wasting here. I'm literally talking about it just makes you feel like
You know.
you need to get up straight away.
So yeah, I mean, even just getting up from the very first alarm, making your bed, that's 2 little hits of dopamine before you've even brushed your teeth.
Yeah, literally.
Brushing, I mean, hopefully people don't need to write down brush teeth, but
Yeah.
I mean, that was taking it a big blink.
Yeah,
Tick, blink,
Not that
tick.
specific. I know we said specific, innit? But no, seriously. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. If you sleep 8 hours a day and you work, or if you're studying, you study for 8 hours a day, you still have 8 hours free. 8 hours complete free time. You've got 8 hours. If I say to you, what do you do in your 8 free hours a day? You won't even be able to tell me, which is what Timeboxing fixes.
Yes.
When you have everything written clearly from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 10
From the
a.m.
minute you wake to the minute you sleep.
all the way till bedtime,
Yeah.
you know exactly what
That's
you
the
should be
last
doing,
tick.
and you can do it. And that way, this is what I'm talking about. You have a strict plan that you're following.
I think this is the problem. It's strict. And society today, we want everything easy peasy.
Yeah, but that's the problem with it.
Yeah.
It should be strict. Why does it
Yeah,
need to be
but
easy?
this is it. If you want to fix yourself, first and foremost, understand that you have to be strict with yourself, which I know you love, because discipline is what?
Discipline is more important than motivation.
Bang. So if you are disciplined in your time boxing and in your ticking off your things and not wasting time, then you're going to do it.
Well,
Why
yeah.
is discipline more important than motivation?
Well, because motivation comes and goes. You're never going to consistently feel motivated.
True.
But part of being a high value man is it doesn't matter how you feel. You have to perform regardless of how you feel. It doesn't matter if you feel motivated or you don't feel motivated. That's what's going to set you apart from everyone else. Because the people who don't feel like going to the gym and then act upon that and don't go to the gym, they're the ones who aren't going to be in shape. The people who can go regardless of how they feel, that's what sets you apart.
Absolutely.
Okay, and value is directly linked to difficulty. So you're
Yeah.
only going to obtain something valuable if it was difficult to get. If everybody had a six pack, there would be no value linked to it.
There'll be no value in having a six pack.
Yeah. Then so what?
It's
Everyone's
just
got
common,
it.
yeah. The thing is, people only flex that they have a six pack, not for the six pack
Yeah.
aesthetically. It's
It's
for
so
to
people
that
know I
am-
worked that hard to get
Exactly.
the six. Just that.
Exactly. Yeah,
same
yeah.
as why does Elon Musk? Speaking of Elon Musk, why does he wear
All
like
day.
what? He wears sandals and
Yeah, he
trackies
walks
maybe?
around home in his bare feet.
Yeah, do you know why?
Why?
Because the reason people wear expensive shoes and expensive coats and expensive t-shirts is so that people know that they can and they've worked hard and they can afford it.
Yeah.
But the world already knows that Elon Musk is the richest man alive and he can
Yeah.
definitely afford it. He doesn't need to prove it to anyone.
This is it. This is something that I read on a graffiti board, but I'm sure it's a proper quote from somewhere. Said that people spend money they don't have on things they don't need to impress people they don't like. And I read that and I was like, well, thank God I'm not one of these people. Me personally, I don't really care what anybody thinks. I mean, when we released our first episode, we got a little bit of hate, shall we say. But do you care?
Do you know why I don't care?
Tell me.
And why people shouldn't care?
Yeah.
Because when I was in school, I used to care about what people in school thought. Then I
Right.
got to college and I started caring about what people in college thought. Then I got to uni and I thought, I care about the people in uni. But all these people are not in my life anymore.
Exactly.
So the people who are currently in my life, when I'm out somewhere else and I'm living the next stage of my life, they're not going to exist. So screw them.
yeah.
I've learnt my lesson. The people you care about who care about what you think, oh, I don't even know what I just said.
No, it's I
people
think the
who-
message conveyed.
Well,
For
yeah.
me personally, the only people's opinion that I care about is my my family.
It should be your family because
That's
they're the
it.
only constants in your life. Haters are motivators.
Haters are motivators, bro. So
Also,
that's
hate
it.
is the best type of engagement you can get. You know, there's actually a marketing strategy. Deliberately make mistakes.
Oh, you
Deliberately
told
make
me
a
about
mistake.
this.
Because if you deliberately make a mistake, people just love to hate. They love it. You have to make a mistake that people can correct
Yes.
and get some sort of like bragging rights out of knowing that they're better than you or whatever. They just like to make a spelling mistake on a video
I
and
mean,
watch what
I've
happens.
done it earlier. Humans and bananas
Well,
share 87% of.
But yeah, anyway,
Go
what
on.
3 traits I believe you must master in order to become of high value is patience, discipline, and gratitude.
Amen.
Why?
Not in that order, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, they're not in specific order.
Yeah. But if anything, I would put, just out of my own self-experience, I would put gratitude first.
Oh, gratitude is super important.
Amen.
And I'll tell you why. Because imagine waking up tomorrow with only what you thanked God for today. Have you ever thought of that?
Say that again. Say that again.
Imagine waking up tomorrow with only what you thanked God for today.
That's deep. That's powerful, bro.
Bro, the first time I heard that, I was like, damn.
I'm waking up with nada tomorrow.
Literally.
Hey?
But yeah, it stuck in my mind. I thought, you know what?
You know what?
24 hours in a day, I've got all this time to thank God for all of these blessings. And nah.
Man. Like, I'm sat here complaining about this and that and really, like, non-sequential stuff, whereas I've got so many blessings to be grateful for. And I think that was a turning point. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you're focusing on problems, problems are going to grow. But if you're focusing on blessings and gratitude, you're going to have more blessings and you're going to realize you've got so much more to be grateful for. I'll say that again. Where your focus goes, your energy flows.
But also, in terms of being grateful, you got to be grateful for how far you've come as well. Like, Steve Harvey said this. If you make 10 grand a year...
We love Steve Harvey.
We love Steve Harvey.
If you bring him on the show?
Yeah, we'll bring him as well.
Okay.
If you make 10 grand a year, for example, and you want to start making 50 grand a year, and you have a long-term goal and you want to do that, right? When you make 20k a year, don't be angry that you're still not making 50 grand a year. You should be grateful that you're now making double what you were making before.
Yeah.
And that's how you keep moving forward. Because I genuinely believe until you are grateful and you accept how far you've come, you're not gonna go further.
I'll take that one step further. Until you're grateful for the life that you have. Ask me how.
How?
Okay, so if I gave you £1 million now, would you be happy?
Mate, I'd be absolutely
ecstatic.
Yeah.
Okay, there's only one tiny condition. You can do whatever you want, but there is one tiny clause. 10 million. I'll give you, Noni, I'll give you £10 million right now with one condition. You can't wake up tomorrow. Are you going to take it?
No.
Right, so what does that tell us?
I value
your life.
My life.
And same answer this question. If any of you would take £1 million and not wake up tomorrow, I mean, don't come see me. I ain't going to do it. But if you wouldn't accept a 10 million or £100 million for you not to wake up tomorrow, then that means surely you value waking up tomorrow greater than 1 million or 10 million or 100 million.
Yeah.
But similarly, we can spend all of tomorrow sat at home in our boxes doing nothing, watching TV, wasting a whole day that you got offered £1 million for this day and you declined it, yet you're going to waste the whole day on nothing. So that, when I heard that as well, that was like, okay, if me waking up is worth to me more than 100 million, I have to make good use of every minute of that day.
Literally. And with that mindset, every day is like a opportunity. It's like a new opportunity. And it's all about, that day is going to be good. Okay, because you've already accepted it. You've already accepted that day is a blessing.
Yes.
Okay, so automatically your mind has registered the fact that I've woken up is already a blessing. It's all about good, but it now becomes about how good it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then if it gets to the end of the day and it wasn't as good, then you get another chance tomorrow.
Okay.
To make it better and better, and that just attracts positivity, opportunity, everything.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, looping back to ages ago, one of your first TikToks, that stuck with me, Anthony, it really did stick with me, is every human has 2 lives.
Oh.
Their second begins when they realize they only have one.
Yeah, that one hit me hard as well.
That resonated with me because it's like, yeah, honestly, if I'm not going to get this day, today's the 23rd of April, 2023. I'm not going to have this day again. Once it passes and tomorrow's the 24th, I'll never get the 23rd again. So what am I doing? And listen, it's okay to have a down day once every blue moon. If you just want to do nothing, do nothing. It's good to recharge and just leave everything at the door. We're not saying you need to be on it 24/7 and burn yourself to the ground. No.
You can't be having more of those days.
Yeah.
Which actually is about leads me to patience. We spoke about discipline and why discipline is very key. But also with patience, it's like you must submit to the concept of time. Just like how when you go to university, you are studying for 3 to 4 years with no results, but you are okay with that. To then start applying, to then get a junior role, to then start making money, everyone's fine with that. But if I say to you, get in the gym, it's going to take you 3 years to get in shape, or if I tell you start a business, it's going to take you 3 years to see profits, everyone's suddenly got a problem.
Yep.
The concept of time you have to submit to, and patience is key, because you have to prove to the world and to God that you deserve what you're working for. And the best way to prove that is by working and doing what you should be doing regardless of how you feel without seeing results.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I back that 1,000,000%. This goes back to a saying, like, I know we're giving some heavy quotes and whatnot, but this is a sick quote. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
If you don't work hard for something and you're not waiting for something and you're not being patient and you're not being disciplined about said thing, easy come, easy go.
Literally.
But if you put in a lot of patience and time and energy into maintaining your body, building your career, raising your kids, whatever it is, that is going to be of high value. And in turn, that will make you high value person. So, yeah.
Yeah, so if I would say takeaway points that I genuinely want everyone to remember: patience, discipline, gratitude. You have to master all three of them to acquire success in anything you're pursuing. And secondly, to all the pessimistic people, we are all equal. We are all technically capable of doing what anyone else is capable of. So if you have a dream, don't let somebody else tell you it's not possible. As long as somebody else has done it, you can definitely say it is possible. And if somebody else hasn't done it, then you should aim to be like Elon Musk and prove them wrong.
I have two things to add to that. Number one, Les Brown said it. Excellent motivational speaker. I think I've said this on the show before. If you haven't, and you're tired of hearing our voices, listen to Les Brown. He's almost as good as us. He said, dreams come to you for a reason. And imagine you're on your deathbed and all of your dreams came and haunted you and said, we came to you. God told us this is your dream. You done nothing about it. Why?
That's actually something else I heard, which is very similar to that, but it hit me in a harder way. Someone said, true hell is dying and meeting the person you could have been.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think, yeah, a takeaway for me from this episode.
But you said two things.
Yeah, well, this is the second thing.
Okay.
Is where your focus goes, your energy flows.
Mm-hmm.
So stop focusing on problems and negativity and all the reasons you can't do it, and start focusing on the possibilities of what you can do and who you can be. And yeah.
And I can't believe we didn't mention this, but your environment is everything. Surround yourself with good people. If you don't like someone's energy, if someone's putting you down, just get rid of them.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people hang on to friends because they're my friend, but their friends are holding them back.
Yeah.
Their friends are massive dead weight to them.
They're not going to be paying your bills on your...
Absolutely. And likewise, on the other side of the spectrum, if you are the smartest man in the room, find a new room. You don't want to be the smartest man in the room. You want to be the dumbest man in the room.
All right, and on that note...
Oh, thanks for coming, smartest man. This guy, and I curse him off air, and he says, "Why? Yeah, go get a new. Go sit with someone who's going to teach you more than me." But that is the point. If you're sat with people who you know everything about what they're saying, there's no room for you to learn. But if you and I think the best example of this is primary school, secondary school. We go from being year 6. Head honcho.
That's so true.
I was head honcho in year 6, right? Miss Philbrook and Mr. Williams, they were in my pocket. I used to run the school. I went to year 7, little fat short Arab, and I was a tiny fish in this massive bowl.
Yeah.
And obviously that gave me opportunity to grow.
That's a very good point, actually.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
We go from year 6 being top of the top,
Yeah.
as Asad would say, top of the top.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Asad. Go watch his channel as well. Big love to him.
Love him.
To the smallest fish in the pond. But this is the reason secondary school is important, because it gives you the chance to grow into wherever it is. And then when you get to year 11, you should feel like head honcho again. We've done a lot of talking. I hope you've got some value and knowledge from this. If you have any questions about Mr. Musk, you can email me at kiz@lovesmrmusk.com. And
Also, just quickly before we finish, obviously, bear in mind we're not telling you this stuff because we want to tell you that we know everything, we've got everything figured out. Just like you guys, we're just trying to be better, and we're just trying to give you guys advice from what we've experienced and what we've heard. So just take the good parts and keep them with you, and the bad parts,
disregard them.
Literally.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I mean, we obviously have to plan for these shows. We do a lot of research and a lot of reading. We might get some statistics about bananas wrong. But
Speak for yourself, mate.
Yeah, most of it is fact-based, and it's just saving time. Rather than you doing all the research, come to us, and hopefully you leave every single show feeling like you've gained some sort of value out of it. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. Peace in the Middle East. Ya Rab.
Sorry.